You said you saw something that no one should ever have to see. Did you not? But now I'm saying I didn't see nothing. And I didn't do nothing. God fucking damn it. Probably. Why? Why? Just say nothing. Oh my, he didn't seem so confident at the end there. There's somewhat troublesome circumstances surrounding this man. The saying, when something smells, it's usually the buds. Still holds true, 26 years on. One could say his tendency to attract trouble is legendary. Seems he's done something troublesome without even realizing it himself. I'll just have to try and extract the truth from him. Oh god. My goal is to expose whatever Larry is hiding. However, I didn't see nothing. I didn't do anything. Larry's an extremely restless and troublesome man. Till he cools down, I'll just wait and see. First, I'll ask him about his goal. This isn't something I can handle. I'll finish this quickly. I agree. Why'd you come? What was your purpose for coming to the art gallery? What? Are you saying that I don't belong in the art gallery? Hey, if you're not gonna talk, hold that pose so I can paint your portrait. And then I'll scribble over the portrait I draw of you. I was just joking. I would never scribble over my painting, of course. They're works of art, after all. I don't think any of your works qualify as art. Don't look down on me. There are people who recognize my skills as an artist. Those people are blind. Larry, the statement you just made is full of problems. What's with you, Edgy? I just wanted to fuck with you. Isn't that the case with all my statements? You're certainly serious. That was an unnecessary statement. Oh, fuck. I was memeing. Just read my... Okay, just fucking wait. Like, this meme is just gonna be just wait for the entire time. Just fucking wait him out. I thought because he did that, it was fine. Mandy is my girlfriend, but it's really my painting she fell in love with. That's why I'll sketch anything my girlfriend likes. Then why are you here on your own today? So what, can't a guy with the girlfriend spend time alone? Mandy said she's a Gemini. I thought she'd be happy if I showed her a sketch of it on the next date. Do you really have that much confidence in the sketch? Well, I'm not so confident about this one. But I thought she would be happy if I did a sketch of her astrological sign. There you go. I see. That's just like you. To impress Mandy, you came here to see the Gemini Sculpture, didn't you? What? How do you find out? You just said. You just unknowingly told me everything. Well then, I'm not saying another word from now on. He's finally decided to remain silent. In that case, I'll be more relentless in my questioning. I'll try and figure out what he was doing here at the art gallery. Whew. Juice me out. I'll expose his true motives. This shouldn't take long. You, just what did you do in the art gallery? What's with that glare? I don't really remember anything. I didn't have a pamphlet, so I just loitered around the fountain patio. Forgot to get a pamphlet? Didn't they give you a pamphlet at the reception booth after you paid the admission fee? Huh? Oh, is that right? So the admission wasn't free, huh? You didn't pay? Don't tell me you sneaked in here without paying. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do anything bad. It's just that there was no one at the reception booth. That's why I thought you could come in here for free. Miss Hall wasn't there. Miss Hall wasn't at the reception booth. Yeah, it didn't look like there was anyone over at the other side of the desk. Come to think of it, Gumshoe did say something about that. Miss Hall was busy activating the sprinklers from the security room. Because of the incident, she had to leave the reception booth. That's some awfully fucking coinkadinkle timing. Poor Katie. She went all to that trouble to open the place. And now the art gallery's our attraction, the Winter Palace, is completely ruined. You know about the Winter Palace? You're certainly well informed about the Winter Palace for someone without a pamphlet. The Winter Palace is where your goal, the Gemini Sculpture, is located. You had your sights set on the Winter Palace from the beginning, didn't you? What? How do you find that out again? That's right, my goal was to see the Gemini Sculpture. From the very beginning, the Winter Palace was the very reason why I came here. He confessed quite easily. You can never tell anything with this man. Next, I'll ask for further information regarding the Winter Palace. Bloop. He may still have some fight left in him. I'll watch his reaction and extract the information I need. Oh, God. Larry, did you also enter the Winter Palace? What's with that look of distrust? Sure, I tried going in, but you couldn't get in? You tried to go in, but you weren't actually able to, right? Yeah, that's about right. I wanted to go in, but then that old geezer collapsed. I was a little freaked out. It was because of the victim. So you couldn't get in because the victim of the poison gas collapsed. Yeah, he fell right out of the Winter Palace. I'm sure the victim emerged from the Autumn Palace. If it weren't for that poison gas incident, I would have fucking got in there. I'd have been in there sketching the Gemini Sculpture right now. Larry must have mistaken the Autumn Palace for the Winter Palace. That aside, it seems his goal was to sketch the sculpture. This should be a useful clue. Larry, did you see anything in the Winter Palace? You're still hung up on that? Didn't I say that I didn't see anything? Started to think that it wasn't such a good idea to come to the art gallery. I need to leave soon to meet my girlfriend. Perhaps I should try using that clue. What about your sketch? You came here to sketch the sculpture for your girlfriend, did you not? I don't think you would give up that easily. Even after the victim collapsed, you could still see inside the room from the outside, right? Well, I may have gotten a tiny glimpse, but there's no evidence that I saw something scary in there, right? You saw something scary? My. I'm disappointed it turned out to be this simple. Larry, you saw something scary at the crime scene, didn't you? God damn it. Ah! Edgy, can you read my mind? In that case, there's no point in keeping any more secrets from you. Yes, naturally. I can read minds. You just told me everything on your own accord. That was a complete waste of time, but it's finally checkmate. You literally checkmated a child. You were playing chess against a literal baby. Logic chess complete. I had my eyes fixed on the Gemini Sculpture. Objection! You've mentioned the Gemini Sculpture many times now, but I don't believe the sculpture you saw was the Gemini one. What? Was it a mirage then? No, you just saw a different one, you dumb fuck. Jesus Christ. You saw the Taurus one. Larry mistakenly thought he saw the Winter Palace. This piece of evidence shows what Larry really saw. But it was the Winter Palace inside. That's the problem. Take that! Take a look at this pamphlet. In the Autumn Palace, Pisces, Capricorn, Aries, and Aquarius sculptures are displayed. Incidentally, I can confirm that the Gemini sculpture is located in the Winter Palace. Yep, Edgeworth. Gumshoes are... Therefore, the sculpture you saw could not have been the Gemini one. I knew it. I expected him to be a bit more shocked at the news. I thought it was kind of strange. I know I saw a single goddess. And that transformation was no mirage. Transformation, what do you say? Oh, you're curious too, Edgy. Well, nothing for it. Guess I'll have to show you. Show me. What exactly? I drew a picture of the very scene I saw back then. But I really can't believe what I drew. Picture? What picture? This one right here. What? What is this disturbing picture? Is it fucking bleeding out of its eyes? Is that sculpture weeping tears of blood? Larice, this picture's scary. Okay, it scared me too. This Gemini sculpture suddenly transformed into a goddess right before my eyes. I couldn't help but scream. So the victim collapsing wasn't what surprised him. Yeah, that dude was down there for a while. I didn't care. What do you mean when you say transformed? I don't really understand it myself. The lower half of its body just turned into a fish. Fish goddess? That'd be the Pisces sculpture, wouldn't it? In mythology, Pisces represents the fish that a goddess and her son transformed into. Really? So Pisces isn't just a couple of ordinary fish? Edgy. You don't think that sculpture is cursed, do you? Those tears of blood turned the Gemini sculpture into a fish. Preposterous. You simply mistook the Pisces statue for the Gemini one. Edgeworth! Stop it! Oh, you put the sketch in your organizer. No, what these things? Like they're 100%, there's no statue inside of there. Like it's like it's like probably like a hologram. You see that light down there? That little box? 100% it's like a hologram. And that just changed. Because this was showing a winter palace. That's what it was set up as. I am either so correct or I'm so fucking incorrect. Also, they're fishtails right there. It has to be what I think it is. I'm fucking brain blasting. Even a sketch like this can be used as a scrap paper after all. How can you? But it's strange. Why did the lower half of the sculpture transform? Uncle Ray is a bit curious as to what went on in the Autumn Palace. Indeed, I wonder if someone tampered with the Pisces sculpture. Hello? Yes, Edgeworth here. Mr. Edgeworth! We finished searching the room! Poison gas isn't a threat anymore, so you can enter the crime scene. Right, good work, detective. Thank you, I was coming in anyways. Seems we can enter the Autumn Palace now. Nice timing, Mr. Detective. Let's go right now. I want to see the Pisces sculpture. If Kay is going, I'm going too. I was planning on bringing him along anyway. Right then, let's proceed to the Autumn Palace. Oh wow, Taurus is still there. So this is Autumn Palace. It certainly does resemble the Winter Palace. I've been waiting, sir. Huh? Aren't you that hairy butts guy? Wrong. I'm Larice. Never mind that, detective. You report if you please. Roger that, sir. We discovered a used gas burner during our investigation. The nozzle was still warm when we found it, so it may be related to the incident. Was it used to heat something? Obviously. Actually, it was probably used to set off the fire alarm. Was that ladder always there on the ground? It was probably used by the person who set off the poison gas. The poison gas was released when someone lifted the lid off that case, sir. Oh my. The Pisces sculpture. Seems like you know about it, sir. Well then, do you know that the sculpture next to it is? Since we're in the Autumn Palace, it would probably be the Capricorn Statue. As I expected, Mr. Edgeworth, I thought it was Taurus myself. I was thrown off if it was covered by this weird cloth. The fluorescent cloth. I wonder what it's doing here. Evidence from the I-7 incident. Dun, 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 dun. No matter what it is or how it got here. Still looks like tourists to me, but... The sculpture in this room are all covered with this fluorescent cloth. Because, I mean... Looks the exact fucking same to me. So I guess that cloth is like a little bit different underneath. Wait, does that cloth go up and that's what makes it look like a tail? Because oh no, that can't possibly be the case. It could be though. Interesting. And because they're hidden, it makes me want to see them even more. Let's take a look. I'll just go get this cloth off. Nothing's in it, right? Wow, they're beautiful. Never mind. I bet they're in the other room too. Hey, there's Capricorn. No, that would be Aries. Ram. Oh no, that is Capricorn. You don't think the transformation Larry saw was in fact the moment the cloth wrapped around the lower half of the Pisces fell. See, Edgy? It wasn't a mirage or a mistake after all. The other room has the exact same ones, though. Hey, Miles. There sure is something strange about this room. Looks exactly the same as the Winter Palace we were in just a moment ago. Yes, I agree. Perhaps the sculptures were hidden to make it look like the Winter Palace. If you wrap the cloth around the lower half of the Pisces statue, sculpture looks like Gemini. Capricorn is a half fish too. Hide the lower half and it resembles Taurus. The remaining two, which couldn't be altered with trickery, were covered up. The Autumn Palace was made to look like the Winter Palace. Why? So it seems, Mr. Shields. Looks like we'll need to conduct an investigation of the Autumn Palace too. Why? That's the problem. Why? Why are they here? What? Mr. DeBest and Judge Courtney. Why? Leave! Hey, you guys again. It's a problem. You see, this is my crime scene. Mr. Edgeworth, it seems my power is insufficient. If you're here, then it would appear that you still haven't understood my warnings. What? How would I know you're coming here? Furthermore, you know full well your reckless actions will cause trouble for that detective. In the name of the goddess of law, I must pass judgment. You've got it all wrong, pal. I was the one who asked Mr. Edgeworth to investigate. Really? Well then, Flatfoot, I'll have to do that. That? Yeah, that. Right, cut your salary. Looking forward to your next payday? I've always wanted to say that. You're the last person I want cutting my salary, pal. Hold it to best. I'm only cooperating with the police as a witness to this incident. Detective Gumshoe is not to blame. So that's how it is. Well then, should I be raising his salary? No, I think that's quite alright. That's not what I meant. But it would be really nice to get my salary raised. Your mercy is deeply moving, Sebastian. But past transgressions must lead to future judgment. Prosecutor Edgeworth and all in his company depart at once from this holy site. But that's just... we just only got here. The one given the goddess of law's blessing was for this instant was Sebastian. In other words, Mr. DeBest is the prosecutor in charge of this case. That's right, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening performance is over. Besides, I've already got my eyes set on the culprit. What? Oh, pal. Laurice. Well, naturally. That artist. Me? Hey, what's going on, Edgy? Don't ask me. I don't understand his reasoning. Tisk, tisk, tisk. If you can't understand how the best prosecutor thinks, it simply shows how inculpable you are. Seems he doesn't know what inculpable even means. That's right, Sebastian. Prosecutor Edgeworth is quite incapable. Yes, he's incapable. She just nonchalantly corrected him. Don't underestimate my intelligence-gathering skills. I just came from the infirmary and asked the doctor there about the cause of the poison gas. And what was the cause? Some normal substance. What was its name again? Hold on a sec, I'll call the doctor to make sure. Since Sebastian's on the phone, I'll answer for him. In that case, why didn't you tell us before this call? The poison gas was caused by the mixing of two different chemicals. Their names are normalium and fatalium. Oh, god damn it, really? So what are those two chemicals exactly? One kills you, one doesn't. Normalium is a red liquid that's commonly used in everyday products. That was what the blood-looking thing was. It can be found in paint and detergent, among other things, but it is not toxic by itself. So you're saying that it's a substance readily available to anyone? Yes, but fatalium, on the other hand, is not so easy to obtain. Its name sure sounds dangerous. What's it used for? It is the active ingredient of white pesticide known as megatoxin X. Fatalium itself also has a deep white color, but it's not readily sold in stores. It's nearly impossible to obtain domestically. Right now, we are looking into how the chemical was obtained. Poison gas. Okay, I finally figured out the names of the two chemicals. Judge Courtney has already told us. We don't need to hear it again. Fine then, I'll cut to the chase. You know that normalium from the poison gas is also used in paint, right? Today, out of everyone who visited the art gallery, the only one carrying paint was that artist. You're treating me as the culprit just because of that? I object to the red paint on the palette you're carrying. Hey, Edgy, don't you think this prosecutor is kind of an idiot? Indeed. Although I've only known him for a short time, his logic is always absurd. Hey, don't ignore me! It's alright, Sebastian. They're only doing it because they're afraid of you. Like the first star to appear at night, show us reasoning that shines the best. The first shines best. Not bad. Hey, you guys. Better listen up. This dude's such a fucking idiot. Shining logic. That artist was the first to discover the victim, so naturally he's the best suspect. The poison gas was caused by normalium, a chemical found in paint, right? As he was carrying paint near the victim, he would have had the best chance. The paint, along with being the first witness, that pretty much proves he's the culprit. So, what do you think, Justine? We cannot ignore the possibility. Well then, Mr. Artist, please tell us the truth. Did you leave red paint at the crime scene? Or else did you cause the poison gas to go off? The only thing I leave behind is my bond of love with you. Please watch what you say. My gavel is already prepared to declare you guilty. Objection! Please pay no heed to this man's statements. Hey, you guys. Ignoring my reasoning just because it's flawless won't do you any good. Mr. Edgeworth, if you've already admitted defeat, you should take your leave. Even though I don't really have time to deal with your ridiculous reasoning. Get the fuck out of here. It literally can't. He didn't have the other one. Even if he was the red paint, he didn't have the other one. So what does it fucking matter? It wasn't just caused by that. Get out of here. Fucking loser. At least he's the easy one, so it makes you feel good when you get stuff right. Mr. DeBest, your logic is more akin to a shooting star than a shining star. Shines the best like a shooting star, right? It may shine brightly for a brief moment, but then it burns itself out. I would have said more like a meteorite, and it burns up in the atmosphere at the slightest resistance. The poison gas originated from inside the glass case of the Pisces sculpture. Exactly. So that's where the artist set off the gas, right? He used the normalium in his red paint. As your senior, let me give you one piece of advice. Listen to the explanations of others. The poison gas was caused by mixing both normalium and fatalium together. The normalium contained in the red paint is not enough by itself. Really? I heard that normalium caused a fatality. Don't tell me you just misheard the forensic report. Darn it! By the time Larry discovered the victim, the room was already filled with poison gas. It's time for you to realize how incapable you really are. Hey, what do you mean by incapable? You tried to use that word earlier and still don't know what it means. It means to say you're lacking in ability. Incidentally, inculpable has a completely different meaning. I get it. You're making fun of me again, aren't you? Yes, I'm merely saying you are incapable in your investigation. Before you insult Sebastian, I still have some doubts about your own statement. What kind of doubts? For all we know, Mr. Artiste could have simply entered the Autumn Palace at an earlier time. That's... Moreover, do you have evidence that the red paint is unrelated to the case? I can't prove a negative. The most important thing now is not the red paint. The red normalium and the white fatalium. Exactly how were these two substances mixed? I believe that is our main concern. Naturally. It was Sebastian's job to investigate that. Were it not for your interference, we would have found that out by now. I never intended to interfere. On the contrary, I'd like to cooperate. Then tell me you're going to say you know the cause of the poison gas. How about how the poison gas started? I have something that may shed some light on this matter. Wait, do I? Sebastian, do not fall for his bluff. Come on, it's fine, really. Let's hear what he's come up with. I don't know. 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 If you say so, Sebastian. Come on, show us. How did the poison gas start? Gas burner. Can you see this piece of evidence? It has nothing to do with it. It's poison traces to the poison gas origin. Sebastian, don't get too close to Mr. Edgeworth. His foolish logic will make you dizzy. I find it poisonous and even guilty. Fucking backing up. I don't fucking know. Don't give up, Mr. Edgeworth. Keep using your poison tongue like you always do. Must have the evidence that shows how the normalium and fatalium are mixed. Red. Oh! It was in the thing. Surely you're not saying that this was the cause of the poison gas? Saying that he saw what it was. Oh, okay. That makes a little bit more sense. I was actually going to get really confused really fucking quickly.